Hello everybody, my name is Surav, and today we'll go over how to create charts and charts and dashboards in JRIs. So this is going to be today's agenda. First, we're going to download an Excel sheet which has a list of all the indicators for the program you'll be creating charts on, and then we're going to start building charts based on that Excel sheet. We're going to start off with the simple chart, then I'm going to just go over some advanced features and some customized options like changing color palettes, adding titles, etc. Then we're going to go over how to add disaggregators and have that chart broken down by disaggregators or geographic areas, for example. And then we're going to save that chart, and then we're going to create another chart with two indicators. And then finally we're going to put those two charts on the dashboard. Hello, this is Saurav, and today I'm just going to show you how to create charts in JRIs. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into JRIs here, and then I'm first going to show where you can actually get all the list of the indicators for the program you are potentially want to create charts on. So to get the list of all the program and the corresponding indicators, first of all, you'll need to go to the Program tab. I'm going to click on Programs, and then I click on Program Indicators. And then I'm going to click on View Edit Program Indicators. And then here I'm going to select, for my case, I'm going to select Mozambique CDC Community Counseling and Testing. Double click on it, or you can just click on it and click this down arrow to make sure your program appears on this drop down in this area here. And then I'm going to click Continue. And then I'm also want to select the program indicator active to yes. And then I want to make sure I want to add in few columns here because I'll be exporting this list to Excel. So before I export this list to Excel, I want to make sure I want to add in a few additional columns. So I'm just going to click on Customize Column here. And I'm going to add in I want to have all first through 6 disaggregators here, and I also want to have first to 6 disaggregation elements. As you can see, first to third is already added. So I'm going to add 4 to 6 disaggregators and 4 to 6 disaggregated elements. I can select here for disaggregator and hold down my shift, and then click all the way down to the disaggregation elements. So this is what it's going to do. If I click here, it's going to drag all these fields to the list of available columns. So I did that, and as you can see, now I have first through disaggregator, and then a first disaggregation element, and second disaggregation elements, all the way down to 6 disaggregator and 6 disaggregation elements. And I'm going to click Continue. And this is going to refresh this page. And here, the JRIs, it doesn't show you all the columns, but when you actually export it, now it's going to export all this information in Excel. And as you can see here, we have selected the Mozambique CDC Community and Counseling Testing, and it's going to show all the indicators for this program with a list of all the disaggregators. So I'm going to export this list, and I click the export button here, and make sure I uncheck this compress the zip file to zip format. And I'm just going to click Continue, and which will actually download this file. And sometimes this download window is hidden, so you'll have to click on the Internet Explorer and click on this export window here, and just click Save. Click on Open Folder, and it's actually downloads this in Excel file. Now I have already downloaded this Excel file, so I'm just going to open the file that I've already downloaded, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here is the list. Here is the Excel file which I've already downloaded, and I'm just gonna, you can actually increase the length of the rows, or just to make it a little bit more visible, like make it clear, and I can add like your filter and everything. And as you can see, for the chart we're going to be creating today, on my case, I'm going to be creating a chart for Mozambique CDC counseling and testing. I'm going to create it for this indicator, JPI SV1. So I'm just going to highlight this. So as you can see, we have all your geographic areas. We have this is your first disaggregator, this is your first disaggregation elements, and this is your second disaggregator. This is your second disaggregation element, and so forth. And these are your geographic areas, and you'll have to kind of know your country. So I know like these are the provinces. So like I said before, I will be creating a chart for this Mozambique CDC counseling and testing program for this indicator. So and I'll be actually referring back to this Excel spreadsheet later when I actually create the chart. So I'm just going to save this Excel spreadsheet somewhere. So now to create chart, I go back to JRISE, and I go to Report and Data Views. And I'm going to click on Indicators and Data, Indicators Data Key Filters. I'm going to click on the Chart View. In here, I want to put in some filters. For example, I want to create a chart just based on 2012. So I'm just going to put 1/1/2012 to 12/31/2012. And like I said before, I'm going to select my program, and I'm going to click the program, select button right by the program, and I'm just going to, I can either select the program from the list here, or I can, just to make it easier, I'm just going to type Mozambique, and it's going to give me all the Mozambique programs. So the program I'm interested is the Mozambique CDC counseling and testing. So I'm just going to select that. Make sure it appears on the right hand side. Click continue. And I also want to select my indicator. So like I said before, the indicator I'm interested in is the JPI SV1, right? For this program, we have already selected the program. I want to select the indicator. So I'm going to go back here and select my indicator. I'm going to click on the select button right by the indicator. And I can just click on any record and just start typing JPI SV, and then it automatically selects JPI SV1 here. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to click on this down arrow and click continue. I'm just going to start off creating a very simple chart, then I'm going to show you guys how to make it a chart a little bit more interesting, progressively. So first of all, I just have my date selected, and my program and my indicator selected, and I'm just going to select on my x-axis. I will just want to select program indicator report date, and I will explain all this, why we select this particular field for this x-axis. First, I just want to create a chart, then I'll explain. So on my x-axis, program indicator report date, and I want to group it by years. To do that, I just click on the select button right here, and I want to select year and double click on year. And my y-axis, I want to do sum, and then I want to do total, right? So the reason we did that is because we want to aggregate all this quarterly data into annual. So we selected, group by year, and then we want to do a sum of total, meaning we want a total all all the numbers for that year. That's why we want to do a sum of all the totals for that year. So now I'm just going to click refresh. Now it's just going to create a chart with just this one big bar graph. I mean, just looking at it, you probably don't have any idea what this means. It just has a program indicator report date on your x-axis, just like we selected an x-axis. On the y-axis, it has sum of total. So I'm going to show you how to add some of these labels. So then you click on your y-axis here, and then I'm going to click this button here, the customize button, and we can add some labels. So we want to add show values, and click continue, and click refresh. Now as you can see, it's showing 184,001. So what this graph is showing is from January 1, 2012 to 12/31, December 31, 2012 for this program and for this indicator. They are actually reporting on 184,001. That's how we did sum and total. So it's actually doing a sum of everything, regardless of the disaggregator or anything. It's just doing a sum of everything, and it's aggregating it, all the quarters to the year. Now I want to make this graph a little bit more interesting. What I want to do is I want to add, instead of y-axis here, I want to select some disaggregators on the y-axis. So going back to this chart, going back to this Excel spreadsheet, we can see that our first disaggregator is JPI gender, right? So I want to create a chart now disaggregated by gender. So going back to the chart, I'm going to select, instead of doing split by none, I'm going to split by my first disaggregator. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to do first disaggregator. And I'm going to also click check. I'm going to also check show legend. And I'm going to click refresh. So now you can see the chart is actually disaggregated by the first disaggregator, which was gender, right? It's actually disaggregated by male and female. So that 118,001 total is actually broken down into two now. Now, for example, as you can see here, there's no title or anything. So I'm going to show you next how to add the title, how to change this. Instead of changing it's showing JPI male and JPI female, how you can rename this. So to do that, you click on this advanced tab. And then just click on title. And you just click on display title. Make sure you put a check mark here, and you click on edit. And I can just name this just give this chart a title. I'm just going to name it number of individuals who received testing and counseling services for HIV and received their test results in Mozambique. I'm just going to say maybe, just since we're just doing it for 2012, I'm just going to do 2012. And maybe I want to put in by gender, right? and I was going to copy paste this across all these 4 languages, and click continue. And I want to make this title appear center, so I'm just going to do position center, text alignment center, font size I'm going to do 10, and font color I want to select black, or you can just type in this color code because the default is white, and so you want to select like a font color black. And this corners, you see here how the corners are cut, so you want to select all square for the title. You want to have it all square. So title here is going to show all square. On your X and Y axes, here you can see how your Y axis is kind of, alternates the colors like white, gray, just for a better visibility, to avoid that, just for better visibility, I just want to have this box unchecked and just check these 2 boxes. So uncheck this and check these 2. And here is where if you want to rename this something else instead of program indicator report date, maybe if I want to name it something else, I can just click edit and just rename it here, right? And then your Y-axis, it says nothing here, so I can, if I want to put in like number of individuals, so I'll just click on this edit button here, edit link here, and just type in number of individuals. I'm just going to copy paste it here on all 4 languages, and I'm going to go to my legend tab here, and we're going to do show title. Notice here this says nothing is displayed here, right? You probably want to show gender here, and just click on edit here, and I'm just going to type in gender. And like before, I'm just going to copy paste it across all 4 languages, and I want to have it on center. I want to have the font size 10. The font color, I want to have it black again. Legend box, I want it to appear in the bottom middle. And like before, the corners, I want it all square. And I'm going to click continue. I think everything else is good. Continue. And I'm just going to click refresh again. So now you can see this chart is, really looking something useful right now. We have we have your gender, we have a legend, we have like good labels and everything. And now, for example, instead of showing JPI male and JPI female, you want it to actually read male and female. So to do that, you just click on Advanced button here again. And go to your legend, and you scroll down your legend entries. Here you can actually change the alias. So I'm just going to click edit here, and you can just rename this male, 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 and click on edit again. Female, 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 female. Okay, continue, and click continue, and click refresh again. It's taking some time to refresh the chart, which is normal. Okay, so now we have changed the alias. Now if we further want to break it down, this chart based on the geography, right? So if you want to go back to refer back to the Excel sheet, see how this indicator for this program is actually broken down by geography, right? So if you want to break it down by geography, and we still want to disaggregate by our first disaggregator, and in addition to that, we want to break it down by geography. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So here, on your y-axis, we're just going to keep split by first disaggregator. Now what we can do for the x-axis is, since we already know this chart is only showing 2012 data, we can use our x-axis instead of doing program indicator report date and year. We already know this chart is only showing 2012. So we can actually use this x-axis for something else now. So we can do x-axis, and then we can do, instead of showing program indicator report date, let's do geographic area. And we're just going to leave the group by blank, and I'm just going to click refresh. So now we can see that this chart is actually, it's actually broken down by geographic area, right? We got Maputo City, Cabo Delgado, Gaza, Inhambane. So if you look back to the Excel sheet, we have, these all the geographic area. For each of the geographic area, this chart is actually broken down. And in addition to that, even within Maputo City, it's actually broken down to male and female, because we put that under y-axis. We want to split by first disaggregator. Now notice here your label now is wrong, right? It still says program indicator report date. So like I said before, you can actually change it. To change that, you click on your advanced tab again. And then you go to your X and Y axes. Now here I can click on edit button here. Now you probably want to call this province, right? Because now we change it from program indicator report date to geographic area, which is province in this case. Click continue, click continue, click on the refresh button. So now it shows the correct label. Now I also want to show you how to add the running sum, which is basically it'll be like create like a line, and it'll actually accumulate all these totals from left to right. Let me just show you how to add that, and I'll explain. So to do that, you click on add new series. This is just taking some time, so just give it some time. Then you do, instead of doing sum, you want to do running sum, and then you do total. And then you select your first disaggregator here again, and just click refresh. And just let the graph refresh. It's again taking some time to regenerate. So I'm sorry, you should probably just select none here, because it's creating running sum for two different is created separately. So just running sum total and just select none. So just create one line which will aggregate both the male and female. So just do split by none and click refresh. And sorry about that. I mean, if you want to running sum for two different, all your disaggregators, you probably want to do that, split by per disaggregator, but it's just going to look too messy. That's why we just want to have one neat line which will add both the disaggregators. For example, here it's going to add, the total for Maputo City, and for Cabo Delgado it's going to keep the tally of the sum from Maputo City, and it's going to add it. It's going to keep adding all the running sums here. Right now it's not displaying any numbers, so what we can do is, you can, like we did before, we can click on the customize button for this second y-axis here, and we can actually change how the running sum is displayed. So I'm going to click customize here, and here I'm going to select my type is line and click show markers, and actually can select what kind of marker I want to show. Here I'm just going to select my square, and I'm going to show values. And I can also select the color. So I'm going to select brown, and I'm going to click continue, and I'm going to click refresh. So now here you can see that it actually, like I said before, it actually accumulates all the total from left to right. For example, in Hamban is 60,438, and in here it actually adds a total from Inhambe, and then it just keeps adding total. Okay, so that's one of these features in the charting. So in this case, we have actually split by the per disaggregator. What if we want to actually split by, instead of just doing per disaggregator, here we have per disaggregator, we have male and female, right? Instead of doing per disaggregator, we can actually type in the actual disaggregators as well. If your disaggregators, for example, are spread out, I mean, they're, if you don't know if you're first disaggregator, some may be in a first disaggregator, some may be in a second disaggregator, right? So if you can actually, instead of just select first disaggregator, you can actually select your actual disaggregators here. So to do that, instead of doing first disaggregator, you can just pick disaggregator, and in your elements, just click select, and you can actually pick your specific disaggregator. So you can just click on specific values, and here I'm just going to start typing male, and you can click JPI male, and then type in female. Just give me a second. Select my JPI female, click continue, and click refresh. So instead of just selecting first disaggregator here, I'm just picking my specific disaggregator that I want to chart. And I just changed the split by from first disaggregator to disaggregators, and then my elements, I just selected my specific disaggregator that I want to chart. So right here, it's just it's creating the same chart as before. Just the difference is I just picked my disaggregators specifically. Now, for example, I don't like this color template. I want to change this color template. You can actually also change that, the color. So to do that, you click on this palette, and the one I really like is the warm earth. Just click warm earth, or I can select water meadow, right? And just click refresh. Right? So you can actually change the color palette and everything. Now I want to save the chart. To save the chart, I just click on this Save button here on top. And we actually have a naming convention, right? So we want to name this, just give it like a country name, Mozambique, and then do JPI SV1 dash, then do number of individuals who received testing and counseling services, then do by gender 2012, right? I'm just going to copy paste it on all the 4 languages. Now just for this testing, I will delete this chart later, so I'm just going to put in, when you save it, this is going to be the naming convention. But since this is a test, I'm just going to put, test here, just for my own reference. Right? Copy pasted it all across all 4 countries, and I want to make sure I do click here and do share the saved view and click save. After you click save, just wait for this screen to refresh as this chart is still saving. So we have actually saved this chart. Now we have created a chart with just one indicator, right? We just created a chart for this JPA SV1. Now what if we want to create a chart with 2 indicators? So in that case, I'm just going to start fresh. I'm just going to close this. I'm going to log back into JRISE again. Make sure you save this chart before you click close, because we're going to add this chart, the chart we created with 1 indicator and 2 indicators to the dashboard. So to create a chart with 2 indicators, I go back to report and data views again, and I click on indicators, data, key filters, and click on chart view. And I put in my dates here again. I want to select my program. Click continue. And then here, I want to select 2 indicators, right? So I want to select my first indicator is going to be JPI SV1 as before. And in addition, I want to select 1 more indicator. So the second indicator will be of something that you want to compare, right? You don't just pick random indicators. So for example, you want to compare this number of individuals who receive testing and counseling services for HIV and receive their test results with something like number of clients referred, right? So I'm going to click here, I'm going to click my down arrow, so I have now selected these 2 indicators. Click continue. And as before, I want to see how the number compare in a year, right? So for that, I'm just going to select my program indicator report date. And here, I'm going to click select, and I'm going to select year. And then we're going to click double click on year. And then again on y-axis, I want to select sum. I want to do total, and then I want to do split by indicator. And after you do that, it's going to take some time to refresh, and here the elements will show up. So here I want to select my first indicator. So I click on this button here, and I'm going to uncheck all. And here I'm going to select my first indicator. So I'm going to scroll down. Sorry, this is a little bit tedious. You actually have to be really slow scrolling this so you don't miss the indicator. QRS, GAP-SV1, right? So I put a tick mark here. Now this is just putting the first indicator. Now I want to create a second y-axis where I want to create this. I want to put in the second indicator. So I just do add new series again. It's going to take some time. And here I want to do some total, just like the first one. Then I'm going to click indicator here again, and it's going to take some time to refresh this portion right here. And here again, click on this down button and uncheck all, and I want to select that number of clients referred. And I'm sorry, you just have to kind of MN, yeah, right here, right? Put a check mark here. And I think we're good. We're just going to click refresh here and see how it looks like. And this is going to take some time to load the chart. So here you just see these two charts. Oh, I forgot to do show legend. That's why the legend are not showing up. So you don't know which chart is which, right? So you just want to click show legend and click refresh again. So here, you see the red one is the GAP-SV1 indicator, and the yellow one is the number of clients referred. And like before, you can, you can actually, to show the numbers, basically you'll have to click on the customize button for each axis. It's going to show values. Click continue, and click on the second one, show values. Click continue, and click refresh again. So here the values are shown, and you can actually give it all the titles and everything, from the advance. Click the advance, and you can give the appropriate title. You click display title and everything like demonstrated in the first chart. So now I want to save this chart, right? So I'm gonna click on save. Actually, let's just give the title. Display title. And let's just give this title number of individuals who received testing and counseling services for HIV and received their test results and maybe do just, you can put whatever you like on the title and just do number of clients referred, right? Copy paste this here, continue, do the font size 10. I'm just repeating the same process as we did on the first chart, right? X and Y axes, like I said before, uncheck this box and check these two. On the legend, show title, and the legend you want to probably say indicators, right? You want to have it center, you want to do the font size 10, font color black. You want to do bottom middle, and select all this square. And you can, you can change the alias and everything, but I'm just going to let it be like that and just click continue. And I'm just going to click refresh. So now we have actually created this chart with 2 indicators now. Right now I'm just going to click save the chart again. And like before, I'm just going to do testing dash Mozambique, and then it's going to do GPI SV1 dash number of individuals receive. And maybe put a comma or something. That's just however you want to rename this chart. Number of clients referred, right? And copy paste this, or maybe you want to put in a date here as well, 2012. And click on share the saved view. Click save. After you click save, make sure I said just wait till your page refreshes so you know it's actually saved. Okay. Now both your charts are saved, right? This is our first chart. This is our second chart. Now, if you want to put both these charts in the dashboard, I'm going to show you how to do that next. Then you click. So to do that, now we have created a chart. Now we want to put in dashboard. To do that, you just click on My Dashboards. And you want to right click on dashboard and left click on add new dashboard. And just give this dashboard a name. I'm just going to say Saurav dashboard test, right? And you can actually give it a logo. I don't know what logo do you want to guys give. Maybe just a US flag or something. Click save. Now you created this dashboard. Now what you want to do is you want to add charts to this dashboard. So you right click on the dashboard you created and you click on edit that, and then you right click on this dashboard and then you left click on edit dashboard. Now first step is you want to create a framework of where you want to put the charts. So to do that, you click on define. You click on layout templates, and the one I really like is the template 4, so I'm going to click here, click save. So actually going to create a structure of where you want to put your charts. Now the next step is you want to actually put the charts here. So you say define new content, and content type you want to click on chart, and view definition you want to click on indicators data all key filters. And then you select your first chart here. Scroll down. I'm going to select my first chart and just let everything be default. And just click save. It's going to refresh. Now it put a chart here, but you want now you want to drag it to this framework. So you just left click and just hold it, and you want to have your mouse pointer actually put it right above that one of these lines and make sure that it goes blue, just like how you select. Just like right now I'm doing it. I'm just going to put it right above one of these lines and make sure it's blue. I'm just going to let it go. And don't worry about this gray area here. It's going to look all fine when in the actual dashboard. Just that in edit view it does that. So you've added your first chart. Now you want to add your next chart. So now I want to define new content here again to add the second chart. Content type, I want to select chart, view definition, key filters, and here again then you want to select your second chart. This is the second one with the 2 indicators, right? Like before, just leave everything else the same. Click Save. Now, just like before, just press and hold and move it right above that second line. Make sure it's blue and then just let it go. And with this, you don't have to actually save it, because as soon as you do this, it's automatically saving it, right? So if you want to look back to the dashboard you have created, now you just click on the My Dashboards again. You click on Saurav Dashboard Test, and it's actually going to take some time to load. And here are your 2 dashboard, right? So you can create multiple charts, and you can, keep adding to this dashboard. So if you want to add another chart into dashboard, you right click on that new Saurav Dashboard Test, and left click on Edit Dashboard. And it'll take you to the Edit Dashboard screen in a bit. Here it is. And then you can, just like we did before, just to define new content and just drag it on top of this second line, third line. So that's how so now I've just demonstrated how to create charts and how to put it in a dashboard. So if you have any questions, you can actually shoot me an email. My email address is saurav.manandar@japaigo.org, or you can send Ronnie an email on here. So thank you very much.